Good morning, children. Children, today we will start a new chapter, that is acids, bases and salt. Children, as you know that in our daily life a large number of substances such as lemon, tamarind, common salt, sugar, vinegar, etc. substances are used in a everyday life. Now one question is there, that do they have the same taste? All these things, that is the lemon, tamarind, sugar, vinegar, common salt, do they all have the same taste? Let us recall taste of some edible substances such as orange juice, lemon juice, curd, salt, amla, etc. You find that some of these substances taste sour, some taste bitter, some taste sweet and some taste salty. Now the material which tastes sour, is due to the presence of chemical which is called acid. These substances, for example orange juice, lemon juice, curd, then amla, all these substances taste sour isn't it? They are sour in taste due to the presence of a chemicals which is known as acids. Okay, due to the presence of a chemicals which is known as acids. Other material, like you can say baking soda, soap, all these materials have a bitter taste. Why they taste bitter? Due to the presence of a chemicals which is known as bases. Substances taste sour due to the presence of a chemical known as acid, and the substances tastes bitter due to the presence of the substance, that is the chemicals, which is known as bases. Now children, in this chapter, first of all we will know about what is acids. First of all we will know that what is acids. Children, the term acid has been derived from a Latin word. That Latin word is acidus. So the word or the term acid has been derived from a Latin word, that is acidus, which means sour. Acidus means sour. Okay, and all the material which taste sour, that means it contains acid. All the materials which taste sour contains acid. Now, acids are classified into two categories. Acids are classified into two categories. The first one is, it is classified into two categories, that is the mineral acid and the organic acid. Mineral acid and organic acid. Now first of all we will discuss what is mineral acid. Mineral acid is a type of acid which is prepared from the minerals present in the earth. It is prepared from the minerals which is present in the earth. Now, what are the different examples of such acids which is present in the earth? Which is present in the earth. That is the minerals from which the acid is derived. It is present in the earth. What are the different examples of the mineral acid? One by one we will know what are the different examples of mineral acid. Mineral acid. The first example of mineral acid is hydrochloric acid, HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. Number 2, sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. Number 3, nitric acid, that is HNO3. Children, you have been known about these acids, okay? Because in chapter 3 you have learnt the same, that is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. All these are the different types of acid. But now we are going to learn that these acids are the mineral acids. More examples are there of mineral acid. It is sulfurous acid, H2SO3. The formula of sulfurous acid is H2SO3. And phosphoric acid also, that is H3PO4. It is new one for you, isn't it? It is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. And this one is also new for you, that is sulfurous acid. It is sulfurous acid. Now, these are some well-known mineral acid. Now, what are organic acid? We will discuss what are organic acid. Just now we had discussed that the mineral acids are the acid which is prepared from the minerals present in the earth. Now, what are organic acids? Organic acid is a naturally occurring acid. Organic acid is a naturally occurring acid. It is a naturally occurring acid. Then it is found in plants and animals. Organic acid is found in plants and animals. So you can say that many fruits and vegetables consist of organic acid. For example, many examples are there of organic acid. One by one we will discuss the examples of organic acid. The first one is oxalic acid. It is oxalic acid which is found in guava. Then orange, lemon, amla, all these consist of citric acid. Example, lemon, orange, etc. Okay. Now, Tartaric acid. Tartaric acid, it is found in tartaric acid is found in tamarind. You know tamarind, it is imli. Then lactic acid, it is found in sour milk. Lactic acid, it is found in sour milk. Then acetic acid, acetic acid, it is found in vinegar. It is found in vinegar. Then many other acids are also there. For example, formic acid, it is found in sting of bees. Then red ants, all these consist of formic acid. Then children, some acids are strong and some acids are weak. Okay, some acids are strong and some acids are weak. Now, what are the strong acids? Some strong acids are for example, hydrochloric acid, it is strong one. Sulfuric acid, it is also strong acid. Then nitric acid, then phosphoric acid. These are known as the strong acids. And some acids are weak acid. Some acids are weak acids. Now, what are the weak acids? Some acids are strong, whereas some are weak. All the organic acid, children, just now we had discussed all the organic acid, that is the citric acid, acetic acid, then formic acid. All these are the weak acid. Then carbonic acid, that is also a weak acid. All these are the weaker one, that is weak acids. Now again children, we can classify or the acids again into two types. Okay, just now we have classified acid as mineral acid and organic acid. Then we also learnt that acids are of two types, strong acids and weak acid. Now some acids are concentrated acids and some are dilute acid. Some are, again we will classify it into two types, that is concentrated acid and weak acid. Concentrated acid and weak acid. Now one by one we will know that what is concentrated acids. Concentrated acids are the acids in which very low amount of water is present. Whereas in dilute acid, water content is very high. That is, you can say that when water is added to concentrated acid, then it can be changed into dilute acid. So, how can we convert concentrated acid into dilute one? Concentrated acid can be converted into dilute one by simply adding water into it. So, dilute acid, concentrated acid and dilute acid, not weak, concentrated and dilute. So that we can say that concentration of acid can be decreased by adding water into it. We can say that acids having a low concentration are called dilute acid. So, you know very well now that what is the difference between concentrated acid and dilute acid. So, the acid having higher concentration is known as concentrated acid, whereas the acids having a low concentration are known as dilute acid. Now children, we will move to the bases. We will now discuss about what are bases, because we had already discussed about what are acids. Now children, you take baking soda, okay? Then I think everyone knows what is baking soda. Now, does it taste sour? Does it taste sour like acid? If no, then what is its taste? Since it does not taste sour, it means that it has no acid in it. Because it is not tasting sour, it doesn't taste sour in taste. That's why you can easily say that there is no acid present in it. It is bitter in taste. Okay. What is its taste? Its taste is bitter. And if you rub its solution between your fingers, simply if you will rub the solution of the base between your fingers, it feels soapy. Okay, when you will rub the basic solution, that is when you will rub the bases solution of base in between your fingers, then what will you feel? You will feel soapy. Such substances which are bitter in taste and soapy on touch are known as bases. So, what are the main properties of bases? It is bitter in taste. It is bitter in taste, and the second property is that it is soapy to touch, isn't it? It is soapy to touch. So it is soapy in touch and bitter in taste. So the nature of such substances which is bitter in taste and soapy in touch is said to be basic. The substance is known as base and the nature of such substances are known as basic. Now some bases, children, are soluble in water. Some bases are soluble in water. So such bases which are soluble in water are known as alkali. Alkali, the bases soluble in water. Bases which are soluble in water are known as alkali. Now, some bases are only soluble. Not all bases are soluble in water. So, some bases which are soluble in water are known as alkali. For example, sodium hydroxide, you can say NaOH. Then aluminium hydroxide. These are the formula of sodium hydroxide and aluminium hydroxide. These are the bases which is known as alkali because they are soluble in water. Now, bases are again of two types. Just like acid, bases are again of two types. Okay. One by one we will know that bases are of two types. That is strong base and weak base. Strong base and weak base. So, examples of strong base are potassium hydroxide, then sodium hydroxide. All these are the example of strong bases, whereas the example of weak bases are ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. It is ammonium hydroxide. Aluminium hydroxide, that is ALOH thrice. It is aluminium hydroxide. Then copper hydroxide, CuOH twice. These are the weak bases, whereas these one are the strong bases. Now children, I want to ask one thing, that every substance cannot be tasted. That is, we can't taste each and every substance because it is dangerous to taste everything. Then children, there is a question for us, then how do we find its nature? What is its nature if we are unable to taste it, that is whether it is sour, whether it is bitter, then how will we know its nature? So special type of substances are used to know or to test whether a substance is acidic or basic. So that substance, such substances which is used to find out whether the given substance is acid or base, such substances are known as indicators. Special types of substances are used to test whether a substance is acidic or basic. These substances are known as indicators. So, indicators change their color when added to a solution containing an acidic or a basic substance. So, it shows different color in acidic or basic medium. Thus, indicator help us to identify whether a given substance is an acid or base. So once again, let me repeat what are indicators. So children, special types of substances which is used to detect, which is used to know whether the given substance is acid or acidic or basic. So indicators, what are indicators? These are the special types of substances which is used to detect whether a given substance is acidic or basic by simply changing their color. In acidic solution, its color is different. The color of indicators are different in acidic solution and different in basic solution. So by the help of seeing the different color, we can easily detect that the given substance is acidic or basic by the help of indicators. So some common indicators which are naturally occurring indicators. Some of the common naturally indicators, naturally occurring indicators are common indicators are number 1, turmeric. You know everyone what is turmeric? It is haldi. Then second one is litmus. I will explain you about litmus also. And the third one is China rose petals. China rose petals. That is simply you can say gudal. Okay, you know gudal, the flower which is known as China rose. Now let me explain what is litmus. Children, litmus is a commonly used natural indicators. Litmus is a commonly used natural indicator. Then it is extracted from lichens. It is extracted from lichens. You know what is lichen? When added to an acidic solution, it turns red. When litmus is added to acidic solution, it changes red. And when added to basic solution, it changes into blue color. Now it is available in the form of strips of paper or in the form of solution also. It is available in form of strips also, strips of paper, and in the form of solution also, or in solution also. Now children, it is available as red or blue litmus paper. It is available as red or blue litmus paper. Now children, in our next class we will know how the indicators are used to detect the solution, whether it is acidic or basic. So by taking different solution, that is some solution of acid, some base, we will detect with the help of the different indicators which we had discussed just now. That is the turmeric, it is the natural indicator, litmus is also a natural indicator, then China rose petals are also natural indicators. With the help of these natural indicators, how will we be able to know whether the given solution is acidic or basic? Okay children? Now children, you note down your today's assignment. Your today's home assignment is define mineral acid and organic acid and give examples of both. Give examples of both. Give at least 4 4 examples of both. Okay.